My name is Diane French. I'm a Salida resident here, and I also work for Rivian. And I wanted to introduce some of the people who made this possible today. We have a great selection of people from Rivian here, both the charging team, who are responsible for the chargers and all of the technology that goes behind them. And also we have friends from the brand team with photographers and filmers and service people, and it's just been a wonderful time to have everybody here in Salida. We got quite the mix of weather, but we lucked out today, so I'm glad everybody could come and see the trucks. First, I want to introduce Mayor Dan Shore. He is the Salida Mayor, for those of you who don't live here, and he'll be saying a few words.
Thanks, Diane, and welcome everybody. It's great to see so many people out here, and I'm delighted to be able to announce this partnership today. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what we have behind us, we have 4 of these, what are called these Rivian Adventure Network chargers. And in 20 minutes, they can provide enough juice for a vehicle to travel 140 miles. So really powerful. And in addition to these chargers, which are for Rivian specific vehicles, which you see all around you, and maybe they'll let us go out for a test drive later, I don't know. But I digress. We also have chargers that will be for other vehicles that maybe people will come in, they will, for a few hours, maybe overnight. So we see this as a real economic driver for the community. The other thing I want to mention, getting back to these adventure chargers, is Salida is the first one of these sites nationwide. And their goal, thank you for that opportunity. Thank you. The goal is, in the initial phase, is to have 600 of these around the country, and an opportunity for people to get off the highways and really see the true essence of this country, to get back into the wild. So just really, really amazing. And I feel a little weird standing up here right now because I'm just in the right place at the right time. My predecessor, former Mayor Wood, along with an incredible city staff, provided vision, they provided leadership, and this is why we are here today. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Wood and thank him for former Mayor Wood, his vision and leadership.
All right. Thanks, Dan. As Dan said, P.T. Wood was the mayor of, I was the mayor of Salida from 2017 until November, and now I am gearing up to be the next county commissioner of Chaffee County, so vote for P.T. I have a friend, I'm a distiller also, and in the distilling world, my friend Paul is always saying, always be depleting, always be depleting. As a county running for a public office, you're always campaigning. So there you get my little campaign speech. So back, it must have been at least two, maybe 3 years ago. It's been a long time. I got an email from this guy, Cody, and he's back over here. He's like, hey, I'm with Rivian. We want to put a charger in there. I'm like, oh, God, put that in the spam box. But it turned out it was a real deal. And I had been, I actually at the distillery had the very first public EV charger. And so I was all for it. I was psyched. And I could see the impact that EV charging would have on the future of Salida. As we see the world go from gas to electric, I wanted my community to be at the forefront of that transition. And that email from Cody and the partnership with Rivian has really allowed us to step into the future. And this is going to be a legendary spot for everyone that buys a Rivian moving forward. So that's about what I have to say. And Trent, with the director of charging, right, something like that, is going to tell us all about what we got going.
Thanks, PT. Well, thank you everybody for being here. And I want to say thank you to the city of Salida. Thank you to Mayor Shore and PT Wood for setting this all up. We here at Rivian are probably best known for our beautiful vehicles, which you see around us here. But our mission extends well beyond the vehicle. And so it's really important to understand the impact we want to have beyond just our trucks and SUVs. And so that starts with keeping the world adventurous forever, right? That's our motto, that's pretty clear. But our founder and CEO, RJ, always says, we need to make sure that we're having an impact and leaving this planet to our kids, and making sure they can explore the natural beauty that we're very fortunate to get to explore. So with that in mind, we decided we needed to make sure that we could also power these vehicles for those adventures, right? Which brings us to the Rivian Adventure Network. And so these chargers here are the very first of the Rivian Adventure Network to turn on anywhere in the country. We're doing that right here in Salida, which I think is the best place to start. So there's so many adventures around here to go explore, right? But we're also launching 2 more sites this week, right? So in Yoker in California, Bishop, California. And those will enable adventures up to Yosemite, Death Valley, Mammoth Lakes, etc., so that can get you out and explore as well. But it's really important to understand that the Rivian Adventure Network is really intended to get you out to those adventures and get you to those places that you want to see and explore, and make sure our customers have that opportunity. So our vehicles, as hopefully you all know, none of them have engines, they don't have tailpipes, there's no emissions. But we can't say the same thing about the grid today, right? The grid still has emissions. So that means we need to go further, we need to do more. And that's why our charging networks are powered by 100% renewable energy. And that's easy to do in some places and harder to do in others. So we have a multi-pronged approach to do this, right? First, we make sure that all of the electricity supplied to these chargers on an annual basis is procured renewable energy. And additionally, on top of that, we work with developers around the country to put new renewables on the grid to make sure that we're making the grid cleaner as we go on. A good example of that is with our partnership with Clearloop in Tennessee, where we just did new solar on the grid there. And then we're installing a wind turbine in our factory in Illinois. And so that wind turbine plus the solar we already have on site in Illinois means that the very first charge of every single vehicle rolling off the line of our production facility will be with 100% on-site renewable energy. And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so that also means as those vehicles continue out into the world and charge on our charging networks, again, 100% renewable energy. So we're really focusing on making sure we can make the biggest impact possible for our customers and for the planet. And so the other thing I want to mention is just a little bit of history. PT mentioned how long we've been working with the city here, and it's been a fantastic partnership. But it goes back over 3 years when we decided that we needed to make our own hardware and we needed to launch our own network. And that was really critical to the customer experience and making sure that every customer who buys our products or drives our EVs has a fantastic ability to go and adventure in places like this. And so I want to say thank you to the engineering team and all the countless hours and evenings and nights they've spent and prototypes they've built and all the hard work to get these fantastic products here and in the ground. 3 years, less than 3 years. 3 years ago, we were deciding to do this, and now they're here in the ground. That's a big deal, and I would say thank you to all those teams. That leads me to mention that this is the first of many sites. We're going to have the 2 others that I mentioned this week launching, and then we're going to go to many, many other communities across the U.S. And the whole idea here is to make sure that we're enabling those adventures, whether you're driving cross country with your family or going camping for the weekend up in the mountains. We will have charging solutions to get you there. And so with that, I want to say thank you to this fantastic team that made this possible, and thank you to all of our communities who are inviting us in to install charging and keeping the world adventures forever. So thank you, everybody.
All right, keep eating and drinking and having fun. Woo! All right, all right, all right.
Go, charging up. And this one's empty, waiting for my truck later.
Super cool. What's that?
Yeah, there's just water bottles.
It's like
Very
a
hot.
water
Yeah.
bottle. It's the famous inside.
You want to say, yeah, you want to love it.
A couple more videos to come from today, so stay tuned, subscribe to Rivian Dad, and we will see you then.
California sparkling water. And then this is from Boulder, Colorado.
With dueling cameras.
Yeah, help yourself, and there's a bunch of sandwiches and cookies and lunch over there for everybody.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, turn back on.
We took a ride to the cemetery. Oh, you did? And then we...
This one's level 2. 4 of them. Over here is level 3. Plug in to charge a Rivian. This one is free. Stay adventurous.